Iran, the world's #1 executioner per capita. In the aftermath of the nationwide protests which sparked in December, over 50 people have been killed in peaceful protests held against the Iranian regime. At least 14 people have been killed under torture following their arrest, and over 8,000 protesters were arbitrarily arrested. But as the protests continue, the regime has not hesitated in retaliating with force, brutality, and suppression. In May, at least 4 people were killed in a peaceful demonstration in the city of Qazirun, while many were injured and arrested. Human rights betrayed. Iran's human rights dossier includes 120,000 political executions, systematic torture of political prisoners, massive violations of women's rights, crackdown on ethnic and religious minorities. In the summer of 1988, some 30,000 political prisoners were executed for merely refusing to denounce their loyalty to the Mujahideen Khalq, the MEK, Iran's main opposition group. Many perpetrators of the 1988 massacre remain in office today.
Was the state and its various organs that were rounding up people, imprisoning them, torturing them, and ultimately executing them.
After months of being lied to by the authorities, they began to learn the devastating truth. The authorities had executed their relatives in secret and had dumped their bodies at night, mostly in unmarked mass graves.
بچه‌ام پیدا کنم. میخوام ببینم گور بچه‌ام کجا هستن. که یه روزی که زنده موندم رفتم ایران، برم خودم بنازم رو قبر بچه‌ام. برم بر بچه‌م گریه نکنم. برم سینه خودم بنازم رو قبر بچه‌ام.
So what is our task? Our task is to ensure that those who are engaging in human rights violations are held accountable. We cannot speak human rights in the United States and not hold those who perform these abuses around the world and in Iran and not hold them accountable. I will stand with you to do that.
So I believe in standing up for what is right, for what is fair, for what is just. I believe in standing up for our freedom, and that all people must be free and must be liberated. I come here to say to you, never ever to give up, never ever to give in, never ever lose faith.
Christians jailed in Iran. One pastor could pay for his faith with his life. Hello, everyone. I'm Wendy Griffith. George Thomas is on assignment. There's a crackdown against Christians in Iran. The Islamic regime is targeting house church pastors and their leaders. Hundreds have been rounded up and imprisoned since the beginning of this year. Senior international correspondent Gary Lane has more.
The crackdown has led to 285 believers in 35 cities being arrested in Iran in the past 6 months, according to Elam Ministries, an organization that serves Christians in that country. Many of the arrested Christians have spent weeks and even months in prison, often serving long stretches in solitary confinement.
So we are here to be a voice for the people that they don't have any voice. And we are here to just say to the world that if you close your eyes to the human rights in Iran, by removing sanctions, by talking to the leaders and talking the agreements, still we stand with the victims. Still we stand with people in prison, and we still are going to be a voice for them and say that you are alive in our heart, you are alive in our voice, and we are standing with you.